had 46 eventful years of my life. Just completed 46 end of December. And if I was to reflect back and look at life, I think God's been very kind to us. When I was born, family was very affluent. And when I went to college, buying a bus ticket was difficult. When I started working, I had to probably dress up the best but travel in a bus and ensure that clothes didn't get crushed. From there, I think working for about 14 years, next 8.5 years of entrepreneurship. And then setting up something like a brand, Gionee in India, gives me a lot of accomplishment. And I think all I can say is if you've decided to do something and you've actually dreamt that you will do it, there's nothing that can stop you. When I started to work, as I said, I didn't even have money for a bus ticket. When I got married, my wife came from an affluent family, but there was not even a chair in my house to sit.
I consider myself very fortunate to be Arvind's life partner and his best friend. We have been together now for more than 24 years and we've seen the ups and downs of life together. But every time that we had, a so-called problem, or I would say a down phase in our life, the best quality that he has is, coming back stronger, which very few people have. And today, yes, he is successful. But even 24 years back when I had met him, he was a very ambitious guy. So even at that time, I knew he will excel as a professional. But today, if I was to really look back, I think in these 24 years, he has really evolved both as a person and as a professional.
Determination, conviction, or the will to succeed. Call it what you will. Arvind had it plenty.
Arvind has had his share of physical problems, in terms of his health. I remember when he was about 35 years old, he had a very bad sciatica pain one day when he was sitting in the office only. And we had to immediately rush him to the hospital and get the MRI done. And there was a severe back problem he had to deal with. For a couple of years till he learned to actually manage that back problem through lifestyle, which is basically his physical routine and his diet. There have been days when he has continued with his travel plans and his business, commitments, irrespective of having a very bad back and just popping in painkillers and putting a belt around his back and his neck. So he has learned to manage that. He didn't let that part come in the way of his business commitment. So like I said, that once he decides to do something, he has to deliver, whatever comes in his way. And yes, success has a price. We all know that. So on the family front, there are times when he is not able to devote so much of time to the family or the children, which he used to be able to do earlier, because now he has to travel, he has to meet a lot of people, connect with a lot of people. But one very good thing which is there is that he has made all of us, when I say all of us, I mean his core family, his parents, me, our children, a part of his journey. So even our kids today, they realize that his role is not only taking care of us, but he needs to take care of all the 17,000 odd people who are connected indirectly or directly with the business.
In business, travel is a must. जहाँ भी जाना होता है, स्ट्रैटेजीज डिस्कस करनी होती हैं, ऑलमोस्ट पूरा वर्ल्ड टूर ही हो जाता है. लेकिन जब भी पापा आते हैं रात को, जितने भी बजे आते हैं, उठा देते हैं, सो रहा होता हूँ, उठ जाओ, कुछ खेलना है. मैं बोला क्या खेलना है, इतनी रात हो रही है, आप भी थके होगे. कहते हैं तेरे जब तक खेलूँ ना नींद नहीं आती है. अपने बिजनेस से हट कर अपनी फैमिली पर भी बहुत ध्यान देते हैं. ही इज़ अ इंस्पिरेशनल पर्सन फॉर मी. So I can also head Gionee after he retires. मैंने ये देखा है कि कोई भी बंदा भले ही वो फैमिली से हो, रिच फैमिली से हो, सक्सेस अपने आप नहीं आती है. सक्सेस के आगे भागना पड़ता है, और मेहनत करनी पड़ती है बहुत ज़्यादा, और जितनी मेहनत करते हो उसका फल मिलता है, और वो होता है सक्सेस.
See, today, what the world sees is the success of Gionee. Today, what the world sees is aggressive marketing. But if one was to ask me how many are my failures, they would far outweigh my success. So one thing which I want to tell people is you have to first learn to deal with failure. Because when you learn to deal with failure, it's only then you have a chance to be successful. And if somebody knows how to deal with failure and then come to a situation of success, he will definitely remember that failures can happen and deal with success in a manner that success is never permanent. It's going to be temporary. Because if you don't keep on running, then somebody is bound to overtake you. So most people, the mistake that they make is after reaching a particular point of time, they take a breather. And if you need to remain successful, you really don't have time or you don't have luxury to take a breather. Now it's very necessary to inculcate that value system within your organization. So you need to have people who are like-minded and build an organization culture which actually drives the whole ecosystem towards success. So for me, what is more important is not about dealing with success. That's a very, very personal choice. I mean, if somebody can't deal it, he can't deal it. But I think what is important is to make a successful or a sustainable business model to keep your growth trajectory growing. And that can only come through people. And that is the reason my focus has always been on building relationships, building people, and building a team that believes that this business is owned as much by them as it is owned by me.
He's a person who recognizes the talent and the skill set of an employee. Whenever he sees a spark in any individual, he basically gives them with more responsibility. So it's not a sudden decision that that person is given responsibility. Certain projects is given to that employee, and then suddenly that employee is in the limelight if he has that skill set and competence level.
Immense passion. That's the first part. You can really feel the kind of passion he puts into the entire job. Then his attitude towards work, positivity to the extreme, and that's probably first time in my career I saw a person who is so young and so dynamic and always into a positive mode. With his professionalism, he brings in the personal touch to his entire professional dealing and very easily get connected to people.